goaltender vaguely have a plan. You know, I usually say it's the best day of the week, but it's trade deadline week, so maybe it's number 2. Also, there's no trades left, so no, this is still the best day of the week. Hello, friends, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another edition of Steve's Dang It, presented by Advil, where we take a look at the biggest dang-its from around the NHL over the past week. And just like our first dang it, we're not gonna waste any time. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal!
And back to Bowen Byram as he rips it ahead, deflected it by Rodriguez, played by him. Stolen away shot, score! Adin Hill misplayed it. He sent it right to Mikko Rantanen, and 14 seconds into the game.
Watch Adin Hill, folks. He tries to throw it across, and Mikko just picks it right out of midair and drops it into the back of the net. That's now 16 of 18 games the Avs have scored the first goal. Watch this. Such an underrated play.
That might be an if you're a goaltender 10 the goal record. Adin Hill comes out of his net, gives the puck directly to Mikko Rantanen. I don't think you want to ever give the puck directly to any NHL player, much less Mikko Rantanen. And it ends up in the back of the net because obviously it does. Adin, no! Get the shirt! That's a dang it. This next one took a little bit longer, but it's somehow worse. Phoenix Copley, if you're a goaltender, vaguely have a plan.
Bang it by him, odd man rush the other way, and now it's a one-goal game.
Rangers come out with the puck. Goodrow at sprint. Copley played it into the corner. Fired across it. Panarin! And a save by Copley. Panarin again! He scores!
He goes behind the net first. Tries to make a play on the puck. There's some contact. He goes down, scrambles to get back, makes one good save, and then just can't get into position on Panarin as he gets his own rebound. There's the first one, gets his second one. Copley scrambling like crazy.
Simpsons references get harder year after year because I can say, hey, remember that episode of The Simpsons where Milhouse said it started to fall over and then it fell over? This highlight was like that. Except that episode was like 20 years ago, and no, you probably don't remember it. But this is a lot like that. Phoenix Copley leaves the net to play the puck. Don't know why. Like, if you watch it back, like, what really was the plan? Like, who are you beating to that puck? Your teammate? Throws the puck into a dangerous area. He falls down. He's completely out of position. The puck ends up in the back of the net. Buddy, that is a calamity of dang-its. You might need an Advil for that. This next dang-it was actually from the same game. You can tell because of the shiny helmets. That's not even the dang-it, by the way. This is
Carpenter serving his time. Pass in front. Deflected in! That should be Trocheck's goal.
It is. LA comes back. They've got control of the puck, but the Rangers keep it in. And the attempted pass, here it comes again. Oh, pardon me, it wasn't Dursey, it was Roy.
Okay, we need a new slogan. If you're a goaltender, 10 the goal can stay, but like there's a new epidemic of teams scoring on their own net. We need one. Comment section, get on it. But for now, what are you doing? That's a dang it. For our next dang it, the Edmonton Oilers destroyed the Leafs this week. Destroyed. But one of the 2 goals that the Oilers did give up was hilarious. See if you can spot the problem.
Another big left defenseman that can take up some of those hard minutes against the top lines of the opposition. And you never know, maybe a little bit on the offensive side too for Darnell Nurse. He was kind of a little smiley when he talked about that. Here we go.
CeCe left and Kemp scores. David Kemp on a turnover and a setup by Mitch Marner.
I don't know what the Oilers have their hands up for here. Maybe they thought this was a delayed offside or something. They seem pretty careless in the defensive zone here. They're looking down. They're right there. I think they think that Bunting was offside in this play. And for Cody CeCe, I think he just fell playing. There was no whistle. They stopped playing, and that's why you play right to the whistle every single time. And they're going to take a look at this.
They just stopped playing. Like, you can't even blame it on Cody CeCe. They all did. Now, the Oilers thought it was offside, and I mean, watching the play back, you can totally understand why. It didn't end up getting challenged, by the way, so I don't know if it was or wasn't. But the saying you're supposed to play to the whistle applies big time in this case because it wasn't just CeCe. The whole team stops. And Mitch Marner and David Kampf just go, and they just score. This tied the game at the time. Play to the whistles, kids. That's a dang it. Now, like I mentioned, the game got better for the Oilers. Here's TJ Brodie pressing L1 and R1, which he's actually very good at, but, well, have a look.
What a battle between Tavares and Desharnais in front of the net. They're still going at it coming out of the zone as Tavares just chopped them down.
Here's McLeod in, and Costin scores at the other end.
A little bit mishandled. And as a result, beautiful pass as McLeod takes this puck at speed. Fogle with a beautiful little pass in between to the speedy McLeod, and he makes a backhand move and tosses it across elevation in tight. No chance for Samsonov there. Last time we saw Costin go in, drive to the backhand. This time he elevates.
Yeah, that sprawling play with the stick flailing outward, Brodie is maybe one of the best players in the NHL at that. Except it's a high-risk play because if you pull it off, you look like you should win the Norris Trophy. But if you don't pull it off, you look like a toddler who just couldn't make it to the end of practice. The Oilers make a lot of teams look stupid. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, you know, after every penalty call, you'll see a player say, I didn't even do anything. On this occasion, Matt Grzelcyk's actually right.
That he puts wide. Coleman on it, took a spill. Puck slides past Lindholm and out. Penalty coming up. Homer went down because he was tripped.
Well, how about Matt Grzelcyk? I think he might have a case. He's arguing this. Watch the two Flames. Anderson and Coleman, I think it's their feet that get tied up, and it's not Grzelcyk that reaches in. It's the two Flames, and Grzelcyk, well, he's arguing, but they're about...
Two Flames actually collide with each other. They take each other out at the feet, and look at the ref interacting with Grzelcyk. Kudos to Grzelcyk for handling it pretty calm, but look at the ref. I don't know. He doesn't know. You're gonna make mistakes, but that's a pretty funny one. That's a dang it. From the same game, Nikita Zadorov with a huge hit, and then something else happens. Listen very close to the audience reaction.
And after all the 10 ballers he's made tonight, that would have been something. Oh, a huge hit. The two Flames collide. Pass in front. They score. Huge collision and then a tapping goal on the power play.
I don't think he was going for a hit or as much upon. It doesn't matter. And he just collides with them. And a beautiful pass from Orlov. That's his third point to the night. And gives it to Zacha. But it's Zadorov stepping up, and the other Flame ran into him.
Oh! Oh! Look at this. Look at this. The Flames are like tripling the Bruins in shots. And they have the lead when this happens. Zadorov throws a hit, which looked super cool, but two things. One, you're going to put yourself out of position. You're on the penalty kill. And number two, you took out your own guy. Two is bigger than one, and one is smaller than two. The Bruins take advantage of the number game and tie it, and they would go on to win the game, despite the fact that the Flames outshot them 11 billion to 20. That is a dang it. For our next dang it, stop doing this.
Including those two games against Detroit, with where Detroit is at. They won another game last night in Motown against the Rangers. You're going to get an extremely competitive group.
Oh, sending it across, and Jarvis is knocked into the net. Steals made by Burns, and the score! With Jarvis in the net, he ducks for cover, and Carolina takes the lead.
Means a good goal. Gordon Dwyer right side of your screen, and he made the right call because Jarvis gets pushed into the crease. So the fact that Talbot wasn't able to reset, Burns eventually scores, was because of DeBrincat pushing Jarvis into Cam Talbot. So this is, in my view, a good goal, and Brent Burns continues to shine as a Carolina Hurricane. Has always had great numbers against the Ottawa Senators, finding the upper half of the net.
What, isn't the goaltender interfering? No, it isn't. Stop knocking opposing players into your goalie. It feels like that was a big deal last year. We used to see that all the time. It's not so much this year because the memo got out to stop knocking opposing players into your goalie. Good on Seth Jarvis for being like, all right, I'm just gonna... I think other players would have panicked and tried to scamper out of the way at risk of, well, I don't want to take a goalie interference call, but he knew he was innocent. Goal stands. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, last week we have Patrick Kane's buzzer beater that wasn't. He was barely under 0.1 seconds late for an OT winner clap bomb in Chicago. Well, the very next night, Tyler Seguin does almost the exact same thing.
Wide open on the weak side.
Time winding down, 12 seconds. Robertson, it hits off Domi. Domi off the stick of Kane. Puck rolling in deep with 5 seconds. Robertson clears it back the other way. Here's Hintz, 2 seconds. One final shot, score! Did it beat the buzzer? Tyler Seguin, we shall see. 2 nights in a row for the Blackhawks. Unbelievable. The Blackhawks are celebrating. The Stars skating over to their bench area.
Just a tad short.
Yeah, that's the way I see it, Enzo.
Just a tad short.
Stars heading off to their locker room. Last night it was Patrick Kane looking to beat the buzzer in overtime. Just a tad too late, and that appears to be the case here on the shot by Seguin.
You see the reaction from Seguin.
Wow.
Ah! That one wasn't quite as razor close as Kane's, but you're so close to winning the game in beautiful fashion. Why? That's a dang it. For our next dang it, it says Wes McCauley with a big hit on Brad Marchand?
Breaks. Marchand in the corner, ran into the referee, Wes McCauley. And the fans at Rogers Arena don't mind that, as the puck is off his stick and into the Vancouver bench. Wes McCauley may have just become the favorite official of Vancouver hockey fans who are not too fond of Brad Marchand.
Here's Brad Marchand today. I think he thought Wes McCauley was going to go more to the middle, shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, okay, so that was what it was. Producer Nick, why is this under dang it's? That's clearly a hat pick. Oh, whatever. Show it again.
Here's Brad Marchand today. I think he thought Wes McCauley was going to go more to the middle, shoulder to shoulder.
Thanks, Nick. That's a hat pick. I mean, dang it. Whatever. Just get to the next one. The next one is the last one. We can't keep doing this. The Canucks score an OT winner, and the review took 5 minutes.
Come on to replace Pettersson. He takes a lead pass. He's got 2 goals in this game. Centers. Kuzmenko scores! Anthony Beauvillier set it up in front. We just heard the horn sound, and I'm wondering about the entry, because Beauvillier spun his way in.
Well, every goal is reviewed. He's in control.
Yeah, I agree. But they're on the headset. The linesmen are on the headset.
Dead. To me, that was control. It didn't.
10 years ago or whatever.
During the play, it was determined that the player had possession and control.
There you go.
The play's onside, we have a good goal.
All right, Canucks win. And they can celebrate all over again as the fans voice their displeasure and litter the ice a little bit.
Dude, I don't know how many times I gotta say it. You gotta cap these reviews. You have to. Dude, like, why is there no cap on these reviews when we have the shootout because regular season games go too long? We can't have them go too long. Dude, this happens during a game all the time, and it happens on overtime winning goals with alarming regularity. 3 minutes. 3 is incredibly generous. Right? You make a call on the ice, you try to make a call within the first 180 seconds, and if you don't get it, too bad, call on the ice! Go home! Brutal. That's a dang it. So, that is it for this week's edition of Steve's Dang It's, presented by Advil. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. You know, I'm pretty sure there's still going to be trades tomorrow.